Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. This time we're taking a look at the Star Trek Innerspace series U.S.S. Defiant by Playmates. Now, if you haven't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. Alright, so tonight we're taking a look at the U.S.S. Defiant playset from the Star Trek Innerspace series. This was first released back in 1996. And if you aren't familiar with this line, Innerspace series was the Star Trek equivalent at the time of the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron. They released a series of miniaturized spaceships from the Star Trek universe, which opened up into a micro playset of sorts. Now, each of these playsets included minifigs like you see here, which coincided with that particular ship or theme that they were releasing. Innerspace series wasn't that popular. I don't think it proved financially successful for Playmates and thus was short-lived. The Defiant is the most sought-after playset within the Innerspace series. Mint on card, this ship usually sells for $50 or more on the secondary market from third-party sellers. I picked this one up on eBay for $16.97 plus shipping and handling. So, taking a look at the packaging, you can see this is on a blister card display, Star Trek Innerspace series logo on the back, and of course you can see the Defiant as well as the two minifigs inside of the blister on the card back. On the back of the packaging, you get your obligatory product shots of the toy. You can see that it has a clamshell opening on a hinge. Inside of the spaceship is a miniaturized bridge of the U.S.S. Defiant with a captain's chair as well as an ops con station up front. You can use the top, which is the back of the Defiant, as a tactical platform of sorts for other minifigs. And there's some molded in details to the ship as well. Down at the bottom, you got a collectible cutout data card on the U.S.S. Defiant with some information and a brief bio. Alright, so inside the packaging, here's what you're going to find. U.S.S. Defiant. Got two minifigs of Captain Sisko and Commander Worf. These are really nicely done. You guys can see the attention to detail there. Comm badges, Worf's ceremonial sash. Captain Sisko's got a tricorder. Worf's got a Type 2 phaser that's oversized in his hand. As far as articulation, it'll bend at the thigh. There was a leg where they can sit down. That's really the articulation that these two have. Also included is something that we'll open up and see what it is. I have no idea because I've never owned anything in this line. Customer reply card. It's basically just a survey from Playmates Toys, which is really cool. So we'll take a look at the Defiant. A lot of nice detail on here. See, the Defiance registry numbers are stickers and they are kind of coming off. All the markings are stickers. If you open this hinge section, you can see the quantum torpedo launcher there. And if you open the entire hinge section, and it's on a double hinge in the back, so it can come back and sit open like this, and you got these fold out sensors right here. I can get it to stay open. You can see there's a lot of nice molded detail in there and decals for all the control surfaces. They did a really good job on that. Table Worf and putting him in the ops and con station. Captain Let's go in his captain's chair. There's nothing to hold the figures into these seats. You guys can see that there. And if you want to pull these sensors back down, move the ship over, close it. And you've got the slide out. There for the torpedoes. Definitely not worth $40. Tell you guys that now. Open this back up and see if I can get that in place. $16 maybe for what it is. Oh, they've been hit by a phaser blast from the Cardassians. They're about to go down. Don't really know what this does. It's got features that are not explained because there's no instruction sheet with it. That's pretty much all there is to it. Yes, it is much larger, like enlarged on the bottom, but that's because it's a playset, not just a miniature ship. And I think the purpose would have been served better had they done that. I know that in later years, I think it was Hot Wheels, did some miniature starships from Star Trek. They were pretty neat. I had the Enterprise D, also had the U.S.S. Reliant. They weren't in scale to one another, but they were highly detailed, looked really nice. So I'm going to do a quick scale comparison. I brought out my Playmates U.S.S. Enterprise E. This is from Star Trek Insurrection. Here it is side by side with the U.S.S. Defiant from the Innerspace series. And the Defiant here is slightly larger, but it's pretty close to the scale of this ship compared to the Enterprise. And that was my main reason for ordering this, because I wanted to have it so I could use them in mixed scale toy photography. That's pretty close. And if you have an angle like this, you can't see large bulky section on the bottom. Overall, it's okay. Again, it's not worth $30, $40, $50 as a collectible. I can tell you guys that now. If you're strictly looking for a collectible, I would look at the U.S.S. U.S.S. Defiant. If you're a collector or fan, if you can get this for $20 or less, I'd pick it up and add it to my collection. So there you have the Star Trek Innerspace series U.S.S. Defiant by Playmates.